last 3 weeks with this win versus did it really matter? Because the competition wasn't the best.
It does matter, and because you know what we'll be screaming if he gets fired, we're gonna be like he needs to go. He's got to win, and you've got to establish that, and guys have to have something to play for. And if he doesn't, then again, that so we can't scream we want him to do something, and then when he does something, be like, oh well, it doesn't matter. We don't. No, I want him to finish strong. If guys, you know, we're playing with the interim coach, I want them to finish strong, and that's kind of just where all of that goes. So,
yeah, I guess my question is before you go, George. I guess my question is more. Of course, you want Florida State to win under any circumstance. It just looks better. It looks good. There's no reason to be losing games. But are you going to evaluate Norvell and where things are headed much differently? Those are kind of two different things.
It's tough. Does losing to NC State or Florida after everything that's happened all of a sudden make those pins start moving? Is that the straw that broke the camel's back? I don't know. Personally, yes, I would love him to win those games because it feels like he's coming back no matter what. So, yeah, win those games. Maybe you can grab a couple more recruits, get this thing, the momentum, and just get everybody bought into the coaching staff coming back. Maybe TC can come back. You get Deuce back. You get Chroma back. The Zier twins. You've got some positives. It's all there. If you could erase the past 5 years and this was year 1 or 2 of Mike Norvell, you could sell the future. It's just not. It's that we're going into year 6 and we still had some of these issues. It's unfortunate he didn't go 8-2. We didn't get those bounces. Mm-hmm. If that happened, everything's different. You're pushing for a top 10 class. There's momentum in Tallahassee. But perception has got a hold of us. And here we are. If we do lose those 2 games and they decide to pull the trigger, well, then it's 3 days until signing day? That's the issue. It's like you've got yourself they've got themselves handcuffed to where it doesn't matter if Florida blows you out and you're their 4th win of the year or whatever. At that point, you're like committed. So they're not going to blow the thing up the day before signing day. So, yeah, I honestly don't believe they're going to pull the trigger. So I don't think it does matter, Mark, as far as if he gets fired. I think that it really, really matters for the program, though.
Florida State has a Miami class right now. And I joke with that to say Miami class, like they have the blue chip ratio is off, but they have 12 4-star commits and 14 guys. They have a top 14 class currently, and none of the people behind them look poised to jump them. So he's recruiting on par. The people in front of him are the University of Florida, LSU, Michigan, Miami, Texas, who's really not living to their standard, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia, Alabama, and USC. USC with 35 commits. Nobody's beating that class, not with 35 commits. Florida State has their class with 26, and they'll probably get in a couple more, and not including the recruiting portal. The transfer portal. I have a saying about perception. Perception is reality only to losers. Reality is reality. The reality is for Florida State's not a top 15 team, but they have a top 15 class. And if they get a couple of these guys to come back, which they're on par for, they will pass a couple of teams that have traditionally had better recruiting. If you're just looking at the whole numbers, because Florida they're probably not going to hire anybody until. And trust me, that guy is not going to – if they're looking at the guy I'm thinking about, he's not going to be very favorable. So some of these guys also have 5 stars as well. So it's just – I think one of the things that we get bogged down into – because we the big 3, Mark, one of the funnest Twitter fan bases to be able to go into. We troll. We talk so much trash about each other, and that's where we're caught into. we are afraid to actually just look at the numbers and the data because we know we're going to get trolled by our counterparts. But the difference between and what I really say I respect it, Mark, you've seen me go with Cam. I haven't listened to your show, but I'm sure Cam's bravado is nowhere near what it was when they first started. Their expectations every year, regardless of what happens, regardless of who's the coach, is to play in the national championship. And they haven't won an ACC championship. For whatever reason, when Florida fans go and they get, we've seen this 4 times in a day since I've been in the news. This is Florida's fourth coaching search since I've been doing this. And guess what they're going to feel next year? They're going to feel they have the best room in the state. They're going to get all the best transfers. They're getting everybody. All of these different things are going to happen. With Florida State, the year we went 10-3. We came off of a 5-7 year, which was better than 3-6. I'm telling people like, yo, this team isn't as bad. Oh, we're going to be lucky to win, and this guy suck, and this happens, and blah, blah, blah. Then we go 10-3. We go 10-3, man. You know, Jordan's not – they say Jordan's not a really good passer. This, and I'm like, well, you know, he's pretty good. Go 13-1. I don't understand why – it's not even about living in delusion. It's just like having like, okay, we go 7-5. Okay. We didn't beat us in Miami. As I told my friend when he came to me and said we beat Florida State, all I said was, where are we watching the ACC championship? Do you want to watch it at my cigar lounge or do you want to watch it at Tootsie's in Miami? You pick, because both of us did not effectively get to where we wanted to get. But guess what's going to happen next year with Miami fans? They're going to win the ACC. They're going to the national championship. They're doing all of the different things. At Florida, if Florida State fans are going to still be stuck on, we got to fire Mike. We got to do this. We got to do this. We're never going to be any good. We're never going to be this. Guys, we have it stinks. We got to change our mentality a little bit. Every day it sounds depressing. Like a bowl game as a guy who's played in 4 of them, trust me, bowl games matter.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. And with almost everything, the only thing that I will say is, and I laid it out too, I agree with you about the recruiting class and stuff. It's just, I was that guy. I was selling on his high school recruiting and they're building something. And just this far in, I've seen the same exact recruiting class 6 times now, and they have fallen flat. Like they're all gone. Like, and just, we're not good. You know, 22 and 23, that was all about transfers. You had your Renardo Greens here and there, but the man has not evaluated. And to his credit, the one with the new guys, you know, the Zier twins, this particular class, you had some real stars in it. But, you know, at this point, my faith in that is busted. But yeah, all I'm doing is complaining. What good is that going to do? Nothing.
Yeah. Miami's about to have their fifth straight top 10 class. Would you take the last 5 years at Miami or Florida State?
Absolutely. The last 5 years.
I'm just saying they're number 10 right now, and they're going to watch the ACC championship from the same place that you're going to watch it from.
Yeah, they're like Jimbo. They're like Jimbo Fisher without, you know, Jameis is basically what they are.
And I'm not saying sing Mike's praises. All I'm saying is, and they have the college football playoff momentum coming, but anybody who knows the game, they can't get in. They're taking Notre Dame, and they're going to take the ACC champion. They're competing for the Gator Bowl. Yeah. Florida right now, Florida has had a better recruiting class than you. I'm going to go down the list. I would take Michigan. LSU is about to fire a coach that consistently recruits in the top 10. Well, not about to. I apologize. They fired a coach that consistently recruits in the top 10. Texas, I don't know when the last time Texas hasn't been a top 5 program. This is going to be the first time. They're not going to win their conference. They're competing for the Gator Bowl. Tennessee recruits their behinds off. They're not going to be competing for a college football playoff. They're going to be competing for the Gator Bowl. There's few and far in between. USC always finishes high. It's got to be it's a combination of, can you coach the guys and can you get them? And guess what? I used to tell people this all the time. I can't even remember his name. Actually, there's a wide receiver in my class who was considered. There was 3 wide receivers in my class who was considered the next Peter Ward. None of you guys know who they are. There's going to be everybody misses most of the classes because most of the guys don't pan out. I want guys that want to play. Like that, like we just talked about the Desir Twins. I don't want 3 stars with heart. I do want some 5-star. I do like some good guys. But have you seen the comparisons of the Desir Twins and Bain? And I'm trying to think of the other guy who we thought we had committed that we got to reclass that ended up going to Miami. The 3 stars are better. 3 stars are performing better. I want system guys. I want guys in the system. I want guys that fit his system. That's what I really want. Now, I want us to get a quarterback, but to be honest with you, it don't look like anybody's evaluating quarterback. The quarterback is very good.